Welcome to the Jay Graves Report College Football Weekly Wrap-Up, Week 9. Y'all know how we get it in, so let's get it in. We're going to go over the top 5 ball games of the weekend, and let's start in Jacksonville in the SEC at the world's largest outdoor cocktail party with number 2 Florida and number 10 Georgia. Mark Richt's Georgia. I got to give Mark Richt and company mad props this weekend for playing defense that was lights out. The Georgia defense forced 6 turnovers to win this ball game, 17-9. Now, this is the first time Georgia's won back-to-back cocktail parties since 1989. So big props to Georgia. And if they win the next 2 ball games against Mississippi and Auburn, they will clinch the SEC East. So we'll see these guys for sure in the SEC championship, probably playing against Alabama if Alabama just doesn't fall apart and do what they're supposed to do. Let's move to the next ball game. Number 14, Texas Tech, goes to number 3, Kansas State in Manhattan. Now, Texas Tech is one of those teams that always plays the spoiler. Has spoiled Texas, Oklahoma State in the past. Anybody that's rolling, Texas Tech is normally the team that knock them off in the Big 12. Not this weekend, bruh. Colin Klein and company comes out, beats them 55-24. Colin Klein shows out, lets the world know that he's on the Heisman stage. This boy threw for 2 and ran for 2. Put up 233 yards in the air and 83 on the ground. He is handling his business at this point. So let's move on to the next ball game. Let's go back to the SEC. Number 11, Mississippi State, goes to Tuscaloosa, plays the Alabama Crimson Tide. Both these teams were undefeated, 7-0. Everybody hollering and screaming about how Mississippi State's the real deal. I've been telling you for weeks that Mississippi State is Mississippi State. We all knew that the doors, the transmission, the doors, the headlights, everything was going to fall off when they showed up in Tuscaloosa. They got the doors blown off of them, 38-7. It wasn't even close. Nick Saban called the dogs off. But I know if you're paying attention to the ball games, Nick Saban, even when he's up 38-0, he's still out there head rushing, going crazy. Guys making mistakes in the fourth quarter with like 20 seconds left, and Nick Saban is head rushing. I mean, I'm waiting on him to fall out right there on the field at some point, dude. It is ridiculous the amount of intensity that this guy has. But you know what? That's why they keep winning ball games, even when everyone is expecting for them to fall off the tracks and lose a ball game they shouldn't lose. But he's got them focused, playing like they should, and that's why they keep winning. So I say, just go ahead and take that little crystal ball, wrap it up real tight, and ship it to Tuscaloosa, and boys can just start spring ball in about 2 or 3 weeks. It is what it is. Now, let's move on to the next ball game. Huge ball game in Auburn, Alabama. It's not a huge ball game, but a funny ball game. Number 20, Texas A&M, goes to play Gene Chizik and company. Now, know all the old-timers upset at Toomer's Corner. They got all that toilet paper. They've been waiting to throw the toilet paper up in the trees. First of all, the trees are dead. Now, you got these boys out here getting blown out, getting beat to death every week. They gave up 63 points at the crib. At what point are the Auburn faithful just going to rush the field and pull Gene Chizik off the field themselves? I don't see this boy making it to the Alabama game. Matter of fact, I don't have any more jokes for Gene Chizik. Do what you got to do down in Alabama. Down in Auburn, Alabama. But he can't come back. At some point, they're going to have an eviction notice on his office. Now, let's move on to the big ball game of the weekend. Number 5, Notre Dame, goes to Norman and plays number 8, Oklahoma. Huge ball game, electric atmosphere. I got to give all the props in the world. I didn't give Notre Dame a shot in the world of winning this ball game. Notre Dame's defense showed up and played lights out. Matter of fact, both Oklahoma and Notre Dame's defense played well all night long. There were only two big plays in this ball game. A 62-yard dive, Sierra Woods goes straight down the middle, goes 62 yards, scores a touchdown. That was the only touchdown scored until 9 minutes left in the ball game when Oklahoma tied it up 13-13. Give mad props to Manti Te'o, Notre Dame and company. Beats Oklahoma 30-13, but that score was not indicative of the game. It was 20 when they went up 20-13. That basically killed Oklahoma. They fell apart and ended up getting the doors blown off of them in the last 3 minutes of the ball game. But I will say this: Notre Dame is the real deal. Notre Dame's defense is unbelievable. I gotta give them props. But I will say this: the Leprechaun needs to bring the Sooner Schooner back, because at about a minute left in the game, I saw the Leprechaun jump on the Sooner Schooner and take off down Jenkins, and I haven't seen him since. Hey, you can't take him to South Bend because those two horses can't stand the cold weather. So y'all got to bring that joint back. You won the ball game, but bring the Sooner Schooner back. Keep up with your man. It's your man Jay Graves from the JayGravesReport.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter at JayGravesReport and holla at your boy.